Welcome to Let's Play Academy, the weekly podcast on the ins and outs of making your best Let's Play. I'm Hadriex.
I'm Schneider.
Louder, Schneider, louder!
Schneider!
Okay, so this week we're covering improv.
I think I just lost my voice. Got too loud.
I think it would take a lot to make you lose your voice, Schneider. Okay. Improv Let's Plays. You've probably watched them. They're generally what people think of when they think of Let's Plays. All, or nearly all, horror, rage, blind Let's Plays. That's the kind of thing we're talking about. There's a ton of other kinds. But first, I want to ask, what skills do you think are the most important for an improv Let's Player to have?
Well, like in movie business, you just have camera, lights, camera, action. Here, it's just, in this case, it's just lights, camera, react. React! React! Animatronic jumps at you. React!
Okay. So you'd say reactions, emoting.
Yes, emoting.
To really get in it, to really be in there, to be the character.
Or, if in lieu of it, ham.
Ham it up.
Ham it up.
Okay. All right.
So, emoting, definitely.
Okay. What other skills do you think are big?
Just a lot of improv is being able to a lot of anecdote, like knowing trivia or short stories.
Knowledge.
Yes.
Knowing things.
Just be able to transition into them while you are playing casually, especially when the game is just frankly boring.
Well, now that is quite the test. If you can take an incredibly boring game and make a fascinating Let's Play out of it, but we're not there yet. That's not today's exercise. Don't worry.
It's very good for just an improv person to be able to just go, oh, this reminds me of the story of my uncle.
Storytelling.
Storytelling, yes.
That's actually a whole skill set unto itself. Okay. I think that part of it, especially at least for myself, and I see a lot of Let's Players, when they start trying to do improv type Let's Plays, they tend to run out of things to say and go quiet very quickly. I think, to a certain extent, it's against our training. Because for most of us, we played video games, and our parents told us to just hush up. Like don't make all that noise. So we learned to play quietly or silently. Maybe not everyone. Maybe not everyone's parents, but...
I just sing when I play. Loudly.
Yodeling.
Yodeling. I also have...
Yeah, that's why...
I got an accordion.
That's why we lock him in the basement whenever he plays video games.
But,
so,
go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Shady Lady, who was on last week, she has an excellent video on how to get better at talking while playing with examples and stuff. I'll definitely link to that video in the description.
There's just a surrealness when you just kind of lock yourself in a room and it's nothing but you and the beady eye of a camera on you. It somehow just doesn't feel like a person. And at the other end of this, there may be 1, 10, 1,000.
I've seen Let's Players, streamers, Twitch streamers who say that. Like they can't Let's Play without people that they can talk to in the chat because they feel like they're just talking to themselves. And that's nothing. I've run into people who think, more than once, that this type of Let's Play is completely talentless and involves no skill whatsoever. While it's true that any person can turn a camera on and start babbling, being good at it is quite the skill set, actually.
It's many skill sets. But definitely there's also camera fright. Because you do not know who your audience is or how many people are in your audience.
It's better not to think about that.
And then your comment section just sits there and nitpicks all the things you did wrong.
We're going to set that aside for a different podcast on criticism, how to take it, and, that whole thing. That'll be a whole different subject. So, for now, I mostly just want to talk about the skills and things involved.
Yes.
So, we got that. All right, let me actually go over a few different alternate things you might try. I've been having some small success lately with idle games, and I've stumbled upon to something weird by accident. I've started recording these games in 5 to 10 minute chunks, sometimes long, depending on what's going on. And I go into each chunk generally with high energy. Generally, they'll be sometimes on a different day. I'll do the next 5 minutes. And it's very easy to have a lot of energy and things to say for 5 minutes as opposed to a 6-hour stream. These tend to be very popular, do very well. And I can certainly recommend, it wouldn't work with all genres, but it's something you might try.
So it's not unlike when a person records themselves for a 2-hour clip and cuts it down to a 15-minute video. Or you just get the high energy bits.
Maybe.
So that'll be the most similar comparable component.
Yeah.
Because it is obviously different.
I was
different
thinking,
how you achieved
well, I mean,
it,
you could do it like, you could take a Mega Man game.
Mm-hmm.
You could play a stage. A stage lasts how long in the average Mega Man game? How long does it take you to get through it?
I think 6 minutes.
6 minutes? Assuming that you're not so great?
Oh, assuming you're not in a Wily stage.
I should also mention, one of the skills, you have to be able to talk and play games at the same time. I know that sounds redundant and obvious, but you will suddenly go from being decent at a video game to being terrible at it because your mind is split.
Well, there's several Let's Players who are famous for going quiet when they start focusing.
That's true, yes. They go quiet and suddenly they start playing well. That's why. And the only thing you can do is just keep practicing. Know that you're going to be terrible for a while. It's going to make both your improv talking and your gameplay worse than if you were just doing one or the other.
Well, we do know the high overlap between world record speedrunners and common Let's Players. They're just identical.
No.
Every Let's Player is the best gamer you've ever met.
You just hear the pros at StarCraft 2 tournaments just yabbering incessantly, right?
all day.
So you have to be aware of that. And I have no good advice other than practice doing it a lot.
Well, it's easier to practice with games that you are already good at and familiar with.
Wait a minute. I do have a piece of advice. Something that I used to do. Post commentary. Some Let's Players do 100% post commentary. You play the game, then you sit down and you play the game completely silent or whatever your normal state is. Then you come back and you watch the footage of yourself playing and you deliver the commentary. And there's the commentary layer. You divorce the two.
It can still be improv because as long as you didn't script yourself.
Oh well, it's still improv work, and I mean, you'll have some idea of what's coming and all. I can definitely recommend if you've never tried that, try it.
Well, I guess the more technical term would be, I have the word.
Oh no! Well, it's lost forever. You'll never find that word again. It's been eaten by the word muncher.
Extemporaneous. Because you do have an idea of what's coming up, so that you will kind of by habit start scripting some of it mentally to yourself. And that's, going, when the first boss comes here, I know exactly what I'm going to say. Da-da-da-da-da. So that would be an extemporaneous elements.
Yeah, and that's,
That's fine. Fair game.
That's fine, yep. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, there's a few other things. You had wanted to specifically talk about partners and team Let's Plays. Like things like the Game Grumps or a bunch of people on a couch playing a party game.
Oh, yeah. It's interesting how the dynamic shifts, and this actually goes into a lot of different categories because with a partner on the game, you can typically have the person who's playing the game and the person who's giving the comments.
That's true.
And so just that delegation gives you new flexibility, new options.
It does put one person who's 100% on commentary, and it does give you a second thing to bounce off of. So that if you can find somebody that you have a good... Because there's actually a different skill set that the two people have to share so that they're not constantly at cross purposes and making it difficult for...
Strangling each other out.
Yes.
But specifically, what I was getting at was that with things like party games that, because you were mentioning a whole list of different genres and stuff, it was a meta game that can form when you're playing with other people. Like that's why it's party game specifically. If you're playing with your friend in a party game, you're kind of looking at each other, reading each other's facial expressions, trying to predict what each other will do, and it adds just a whole new element to the game that was not previously there.
Yeah. But does it add something to the Let's Play?
Yes, because it leads to a lot stronger improv when your friend betrays you suddenly. That's not the game, that's your friend. You're like, darn it, I knew Jason would do that. That's why we don't invite Jason to play Mario Party. Get out!
Yes. 2 cluster F-bombs and a police investigation later.
But we don't talk about that. That's the dark side of meta.
Well, you brought up Mario Party, so I was just relating my personal experiences with the game.
I wasn't talking or that Doki Doki Kingdom.
Oh yeah, I know. Dokapon Kingdom.
Dokapon Kingdom. Yeah, no. That one it has involved many murder cases.
That game is specifically designed to make whoever plays it hate everyone else who's playing it with them. I think that was the point.
You just lose all respect for existence.
Okay, well, let's go over the last couple of things, and then we'll get to closing thoughts.
Clean up? All right.
So, first, I want to point out a Let's Play that is an example. For improv work, we picked Markiplier's EnviroBear. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description, but, well, Schneider, sell it for us. Improv a sale on why they should watch this and how this will make them better Let's Players.
It's what pulled us into Let's Playing. It is our original trailer into this experience, because before then, Let's Plays were quiet. It just experience me. It's kind of like a visual game facts guide. And then this guy comes out and he's like, EnviroBear! Bears and cars! Yeah. And it suddenly all made sense. It all clicked for us.
It's one of his earlier works. I think it was from
2012.
It was from 2012. So he's a bit of a younger Markiplier than you might be used to. But yeah, no, really, that was the first Let's Play that I saw. Well, that I liked. That was the one. That was the one that. So yeah, that's actually a pretty good sale right there. Nice. So yeah, it's just him doing improv work, and I recommend that. So the other thing I'd like to do is I'm going to challenge you every week, but the challenge is also an opportunity. Okay. The thing the exercise that I think is most valuable to improving at improv Let's Playing is painful.
Very painful, like on needles.
Okay. My fencing instructor used to have this saying about competition. Competition is like cod liver oil. First it makes you sick, then it makes you better.
I'm not liking the sound of this competition.
I have no idea if cod liver oil actually makes you sick and then better or not. But this is what he always said to us.
Please don't challenge us to eat cod liver oil. That might actually spread.
So
people will do it.
Well, this is like that, except instead of competition, it's you have to watch yourself. And it is hard, and everyone hates the sound of their own voice. I don't know why, it just is, okay? So you're going to hate the sound of your own voice if you haven't done this before. You need to watch 15 minutes of one of your own Let's Plays. Any person, here's the opportunity. Now, that's the challenge, the opportunity. Any person who can do that 3 times during the week, and don't just do a 45-minute lump.
You are not mindless entertainment. You need to actually sit there and analyze yourself.
And be mindful.
Be mindful.
Not mindless, mindful. Okay, so any person who on 3 different days can stand 15 minutes of themselves watching it, analyzing it, and thinking about it, you'll be surprised. You'll actually improve just having done that. But if you're willing to do that 3 times this week, then on Saturday at 3 p.m. Alaskan time zone, I will do a stream during which you can pick any Let's Play you've done, and I will personally look at 15 minutes of it and give you feedback. We'll play the 15 minutes on stream on my channel, and I'll give you feedback. And if you want to be on Discord or Google Hangouts or whatever to actually be talking during it, yeah, we can totally chat live.
So let me get this straight. Week 1 challenge here is to discover in 15-minute chunks that you are your own worst enemy. To learn from it.
is to make yourself ill. Physically ill. The best way I know how. Oh my gosh! I used the word 79 times in the first 60 seconds.
I have to say, challenge accepted.
All right, well, closing thoughts.
Covered a lot of ground here on improv in different genres. So, I think we conveyed what we wanted to, and even got to talk a little bit extra about future topics and meta. Because meta's always fun.
Okay, so next week, I think we'll go into the antithesis of improv.
Uh-oh.
Scripted Let's Plays.
I didn't know this was an English class. We're using too many big words. So?
Sorry, my vocabulary is awful large.
Until next time?
Until next time, and every time.
Hadriex and Schneider. I'm going to steal his name, too.
Signing off. See you then.
See you then.